Sono.
I think I became a film director because, like, early on I like to write stuff, like write stories and kind of imagine different universes with characters. And then I gradually became more and more interested in it. For me, it felt like the things that you don't say or you don't see sometimes are much more effective or much more interesting, like the inner life of a character. If I try to analyze my films, it's usually about characters who are kind of outside of society in some sense. This is like something I always think of, even if when I write, when I direct, when I think of ideas, is always like trying to think that the characters, they're doing their best. So I, as a director, should never judge them. When I went to film school, my graduation film was about like a young girl who survived a school shooting and realized that the only person she had something familiar with, or the only person she could identify herself with, was the guy who shot everyone down. I made like a couple of films after that that was a lot about young people in a kind of destructive environments. You know, it was always about trying to find like light in the most dark places. How can you be a single mother and at the same time want to be young, and you know what happens, what type of mistakes do you make? I was really interested in like that type of naive way of looking at the world, as the world really is rough and difficult to understand. Mommy, it's a 12-minute short film that I made when I was actually waiting to shoot another short film, and I was just tired of waiting. So basically I just decided to make a film. So I just called some of my friends from film school, and I knew that I had like really nothing. I had no money, I had nothing, you know? And I didn't even want to go after like fund it. I just wanted to do it. Basically I had like this idea, let's shoot this in a week. So I wrote the script really fast, like in one night. I just sat down and just wrote the idea. And the story is basically about a woman who's trying to balance, you know, the life of a mother. She has a young daughter, and at the same time being with her friends and wanting to go out. And she's a single mother, so she wants to meet guys and all of this. You just see this relationship between her and her daughter, and it's quite intense. The story is really like I wanted to create something where I didn't want to be judgmental for you know, in the world, or even if like the characters are like destructive, or you know, I didn't want to like look down on them. For me, it was in a sense like going back to how it all started. Like, you know, when you're like, you have nothing, you know, you just have an idea, you just have to shoot it. You don't really. I just realized that it's really important for me to have that type of freedom, not to over control stuff. That kind of the feeling as if it's your first film. You have to create that for yourself.